Hello there everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play the Dark mod. In the previous episode, we finished Snowed In. We got to explore the remaining parts of Raven Ward, completed that snowman for the kids, returned the relic to the Cathedral of the Builder, delivered the note to our neighbor, and we had finally also staved off starvation of the town by planting the magical seed in the silo, and it produced a huge amount of grain. Good for Corbin. That was good to see him doing some good deeds during the holiday season, or what seemed to be one anyway. In this episode, we're going to be starting the Chronicles of Skullduggery 2, A Precarious Position. At the time of this recording, today is January 6th, 2021. You should know that I have played this only a tiny bit, maybe getting about 30 minutes of practice in the early area. I'm not too familiar with the town layout yet, or nor the guards' patrol routes, so this may have a little more pausing and watching from the shadows than I would like, but I think I know enough about it to make it entertaining. So, we're going to start this today. As with the other missions, I think we'll go ahead and read about this mission first before we go ahead and start it. Let's go ahead and do so. Chronicles of Skullduggery 2, A Precarious Position, by Beanie. An old acquaintance has hired you to hit the local watch station to seize some incriminating evidence against him. Read notes for further information. The sequel to Pearls and Swine is finally here. This time we get to explore our own neighborhood of Brooksdale and take in the sights and smells. In this mission, similarly to Pearls and Swine, you're rewarded for exploring your environment thoroughly. Many of the buildings you will see are explorable. It is recommended that you play at a leisurely pace and keep your eyes open. For those looking for an additional challenge, there are poster boards with side missions you can choose to complete. Those who wish to take it to the next level should give the neighborhood astronomer a visit. Thanks go out to, as usual, Springheel for the creation of the module sets that make up most of the building exteriors and interiors. Additional thanks to my beta testers, Amadeus, Goldwell, Cambridge Spy, Boilers Hiss, Suave Steve, Tafferboy, and Jedi Wannabe. Alright, so I think I understand what this means now when the word Springheel's modules are being used, that terminology. I believe Springheel created, you could consider them like, in miniature gaming, you can buy certain pre-made houses, for example, or rock formations, or trees set in a certain way. I think this is what they're referring to. So some of the houses will feel familiar to other houses we have been in, the layouts, for example, or the facade, or the way we can enter them, and so on. But what's inside of them was instead created by Beanie, but the use of the skeletal structure was put in place by Springheel, I guess to make it easier for other people to use them as they wish. I kind of like that idea. In any case, I'm babbling already. Let's go ahead and start the mission. We're going to have a lot of reading here at the beginning. A local Brooksdale alderman and childhood acquaintance of mine, Miles Harewell, happened upon me last night down at my local tavern. Apparently, he has to defend his position on the borough council this year, and suspects that his chief rival, Edric Snorditch, has an ace up his sleeve. He mentioned damning evidence of dealings with various entities of dubious legality, as he put it. Sounds like Hightown speak for good old corruption. He needs any such evidence to disappear tonight, while he has an ironclad alibi, being invited to dinner together with Eldrick to a local lord's manor. He also wants me to find some dirt on Eldrick to help turn the tables on him. Miles is a natural-born politician, but he is good news for my profession, so I think I will have to forgive him that. Besides, with all that rampant corruption of his, I'm sure he can pay his way, and then some. This Eldrick Shoreditch is the captain of the local city watch, and has made a name for himself by taking a hard stance on crime. Slipping into the City Watch's station and stealing indiscriminately won't be easy, but it might help undermine his approval, while also clearing Miles' name. Barging in through the front door is probably not a good idea. The front of the station is exposed and well lit, and Heritage Square, where it lies, is heavily guarded. Finding a more subtle point of entry may be necessary. Luckily, the watch station is surrounded by other buildings, so there should be other opportunities. Meanwhile, the hall for my last job in Clifton Grove is wearing thin, and the rent is due soon, so I better keep an eye out for things that could pad my pockets a bit. Running around on the rooftops north of my apartment might be precarious, but also profitable. On a risky job like this, you need all the time you can get, so I'd better get started. Everyone, we are, as usual, going to play on the second hardest difficulty level. Our objectives are as follows. Break into the watch station and steal the cache of evidence against Miles. Miles also needs you to find some incriminating evidence against Eldrick to shift the odds in his favor. The practical thief plans ahead for a rainy day. 2,000 gold in loot ought to keep you afloat. Killing is a sign of an amateur. Don't kill anyone. When all of your objectives are done, return to your apartment. Oh nice, we get to buy equipment for this mission. We start out with 16 broadhead arrows, 1 moss, 3 water. The rest of the stuff is the stuff that we are used to having. Although we do start with a map this time around as well. So I am a big fan of the moss arrows. I like being able to run even for a little distance over tile or what have you. And since we're starting with 100 gold, we'll go ahead and purchase, I think, all of the moss. Well, let's purchase at least 3 to start. We will probably want more water arrows. We'll grab 5 of these. 2 noisemakers. I think another moss and a water arrow then. So 4 total moss arrows, 6 total water arrows, and 2 noisemakers. We can probably find a health potion, so we don't need one of them right at the start. They're also 50 gold, which is horrendously expensive. Half our cash. So no, we're gonna not buy one of them. We also, I think, have 1 single flash bomb. So I'm gonna hope that will be enough to get me out of trouble, as opposed to purchasing more given how expensive they are. I'm hoping that all of these different arrows will let me get around guards rather than have to deal with them via flash bombs or heal from their attacks with health potions. Well, there's gonna be plenty of mantling and leaping probably in this one. There's also a single gas arrow for sale for 75 gold, but that's so expensive that I simply can't find the money for it. Alright, let's start. Alright everyone, we're starting in our very cozy apartment. I like the look of it. Small place for us to eat and read. We actually have a little stove in our room to help keep us warm at night. And we've been keeping a journal for ourselves this time around. A Brooksdale Thieves' Musings. The Parched Town, my neighborhood pub, is known for its affordable beverages more than its quaint location. What it lacks in beauty, it more than makes up for in clientele. Most of the independent jobs in Lower Brooksdale are negotiated there over a flagon of ale. I've been lucky enough to have scored an apartment right above it, though I have to be careful with the drink lest I fall trying to climb back up at the end of the night. I don't know my neighbors very well, though that may be for the better. In this part of town, you're likely to get shanked as you are to get greeted back. There's an old man across the hall that seems to be a bit cranky, a bit of a cranky hermit, but relatively harmless. Above the tunnel connecting Periwinkle Court and Heritage Square lies an apartment that is a sort of crossroads of the thieves' highways that allows for the clandestine traversal of those who would rather not be seen. It connects Lower Brooksdale with the more affluent parts, which means hopeful prospectors in the early evening and heavily laden lads before dawn passes through there. The owner of the place, Gerald, has seen the reality of the situation and now allows for free movement through the apartment. The Tender Rose is a house of ill repute located in Periwinkle Court. It caters to all levels of societal hierarchy in Brooksdale, from street thugs to aristocrats. The top floor seems to be reserved for more distinguished clients. It's probably the only part worth exploring, should I be in the area and in need of a few extra coins. High above Periwinkle Court lives one Barnaby Rawlin, known as a skilled merchant who trades in exotic goods. From what I hear, the man commands much respect among the ruling class of Brooksdale and surrounding boroughs, despite his relatively humble station. I find it peculiar that he also seems to be either feared or respected by the local gangs, as I've not heard of any attempts on his life or livelihood, despite living in a rough area. Yet I have never heard of any shady underhanded business practices through my criminal circles either. I feel I must investigate this enigma further on my own time, since I doubt I will be hired to hit the place anytime soon. The Brooksdale Shipping Company lies nestled in the far end of Scarlet Square, along the wall to Woodpine Cross. Interestingly, it also shares a wall with the City Watch Station. If I can find a way in there, there might be a more subtle way to get into the watch there. By the sound of it, that might come in handy after talking to Miles this evening. Seems the watch had a break-in recently, and are going to be out in force to catch the culprit, and beefing up security. The shipping company front door is a pretty exposed spot, so it might be risky to lockpick. But it may still be my best bet, as walking through the front door at the watch would be incredibly risky. Alright, a little bit of information about what is waiting for us. I never like leaving the candles lit or torches on in my rooms whenever I'm playing a thief in a game like this. Nothing in our chest, but looks like a broken tumbler and a dagger, which we don't need. Attention, Taffs. Please leave the damn light alone. I know you young skulkers have an aversion to lights in the night. I get it. Comes from the territory. But please remember that not everyone has young eyes anymore, and I need to be able to find my damn keyhole when I come home in the night. There are no city watch patrolling these halls, so you got nothing to be scared of. Instead, help an old man by leaving the damn lights alone. I already have to contend with the pitter-patter of feet above my head all night. Charles and 310. Our neighbor, Sewell Norden. If the door doesn't have a handle, I don't think we can get into it. 312, Guy Batty. Bad Bye. Charles Downer, 314. And us, Elias Thorne. Don't generally enjoy or prefer breaking into my neighbors' homes. But we'll make an exception today. And I can see the coins behind the book, and we don't even need to take the book. Charles's journal. September 14th. I'm getting old. I just can't keep up with the young blood anymore. Taffers these days are doing things me and my generation would never dream of. I heard just last week some slick kid named Orville, who runs with the local gang, hit the watch station in Upper Brooksdale to recover stolen property. More like I can't pronounce that. Is that Reese Steele? I think. More like Reese Steele, isn't it? Anyway, apparently he dressed up as a watchman and was able to just stroll right in there and pick it up, no one the wiser. He then made off with the constable horse, the bugger. I would write it off as a tall tale if it not for the fact I saw the wanted poster on Periwinkle Street today. He better hope they don't catch him. They'll throw him in the dungeon with Bill the Butcher, who hasn't seen the light of day nor a woman's body in the better part of 2 decades. That's no way for a thief to end up. I'm sure glad they never caught me. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. That reminds me, I still have a few stashes scattered around town that I never went back for. Can't very well reach the bloody things now in my old age, though. Wonder if that water arrow is still stuck underneath the bench in the tender rose balcony. Might be able to sell that for some scratch. That's if they ever let me up there. Oh, and there was that ring I had to stash in a hurry on the corner of the support beam by the house next to the city wall in Scarlet Court. Haha, good times. Guess I'll have to make do with the purse in my bookshelf for now. Gotta be careful with this. Oh, come on. I want it put back, and I want this shut. OCD compels me to do these things. Could have gone a lot worse. When the things do make sound effects while you're moving them around, like this, they can be heard, and it will wake people up if they notice it and they're sleeping in the same room. Can we reach that window? We cannot. So, I am a little unfamiliar. Which is to say, I have not explored every inch of this place. So some of this is going to be new for both of us. Terry's Taffin Tools. Open till midnight. He must have gone home for the night then. I would feel a little guilty stealing his tools. I feel like this is here for thieves. But he should probably know not to leave this stuff out here, then. He has some lockpicks, some arrows, what looks like a telescope. He left the candle lit. A bow. Well, it's very tempting to take the health potion. We will leave it there. Challenge disclaimer. Player beware. Behind the top right cupboard door is a series of challenges that the player may choose to partake in, should they feel the need. It is recommended that the player save their game before reading any of the notes. Most of these challenges are meant as extra content for the replaying of the mission. You have been forewarned. If you seek an extra challenge to the playthrough, go ahead and use the key to unlock the door. Signed, Beanie. I think we will pass on that. Nicholas, I have finally cracked it. The phasy perturbance in the orbital motion of Jupiter, which has vexed us for such a long time, is actually the doing of a massive moon. I saw it with my own very eyes. It was only a glint, really, off the left side, but I did some calibrations, and it looks promising. I'm going to continue observing and come meet you when my calculations are complete. Right, the cupboard. The key unlocks that, but we know that if we there's some sort of special challenge which occurs if we go for it. Alright, well, I don't see anything else in here for us to steal. We are facing west. Okay, so let's go north or east instead. I feel I must admit I was the one who stole the paintings from Geralt's place, that we all use as our highway. I feel bad about that after he has agreed to let us pass through, and they weren't worth anything anyway. I'm afraid I'm too emotional to go there at the moment, so I would like you to return the paintings for me. They are hidden behind a box in the alleyway behind his house where his balcony is, out of the rain. I don't have much to offer aside from a few spare water arrows that I will leave by the wooden fence behind you once you've placed his paintings on his desk on the top floor. Remorseful Taffer.
That was a nice bit of fun. Now I'm gonna piss on ya.
And he does so. Proceedings of the Thieves' Council, October 5th. The man going by the name Slippery Sylvester has henceforth be considered a pariah within the walls of Brooksdale. A court of his peers have found him guilty in his absence of stealing from the bloodied bulldogs. Spread the word that no man shall give him work or refuge under a penalty fine of 500 gold. The turf dispute between the Dastardly Daggers and the Shadow Cloaks regarding pilfering rights on Lang Street has been settled. The two champions fought to the death in front of the council, with the Shadow Cloaks fighter the victor. From now on, all criminal activities on Lang Street must have their blessing. Oh, this would be the brothel we read about. You know, before we investigate that, let's go downstairs. Because the gentleman who was murdered still has a purse on him. Pricey girls at the Tender Rose got you down? Would you like to feel the love of a woman's touch without giving up an arm and a leg? Then Agatha Sackwell on Lang Street is your lady. Open all night, prices starting at 10 gold. Come one and all. By the way, I think... Oh, no, it does not. Okay, how about that? In the first one of these, killing rats cost you the game. It counted as killing a person.
Now I've got you. Whoa! Good trick. I bet you're right over there, those shadows.
Help! He's got a weapon.
Alright, let's just start all this over and attempt it again. That was horrifically unlucky. I just immediately get caught. Doesn't that freaking figure? First guard of the night, right outside the window, the door as I open it, because I didn't hear anyone on the other side. I kind of don't want to use my 2 water arrows here. This is an interesting room that the ladies use. I guess if you're into torture or some of the rougher stuff.
The wind is always putting those out.
I think that's a client, not a guard. We'll make a try for his purse when he walks back to the right. Sounds like the guard goes into the individual rooms. We'll wait here a little bit to see if he enters this one. We would be able to hear. He does.
Might not be much, but it's still better than cleaning the sewers.
I agree.
They don't pay me to relight those.
That was super lucky that we just barely got to avoid being seen by that guard. Okay, where are we? This is Periwinkle Court. That cloud-looking thing on the map is the tree right here.
Wasn't that lit before? Huh? Not my problem. They don't pay me to relight those.
That was very close. The gentleman with the bag can stay in his room. I'm not going to risk going in there again. Well, there's more notes down there for us to read, but I don't see how we do that without getting caught by this guard. Unless we knock him out.
Come on, show yourself at once.
He saw us very briefly, but okay. Let's say he'll probably go back to being unaware. If I want to read these notes, we're going to have to knock him out, though. So I think we will do that. If I can. Too bright.
Is that something over there?
I should have checked. None of those notes might actually be readable. Interesting. Doesn't take the same patrol route either. Two of these are readable, but I can't read them as long as that guard's there. To the owners of the brothel, we have tried unsuccessfully to deliver your order at noon for 3 days, and are, according to the company policy, allowed to leave the goods by your front entrance. The company shall not be liable for any incidents of theft, damage, or befouling done to your goods. Thank you for your patronage. George Blome, Brooksdale Shipping Company Limited. Just some grain. I'd like to read the other notes, everyone. I feel confident in my ability to do so if this guard's patrolling. So we will make the attempt to knock him out. Actually, maybe we can do this. Is there a spot to hide here? There is. We'll have to be quick with the reading, though. My true hammer. I have no clue what that is, and I didn't read it at all. I thought I heard it. Yeah, I thought I heard someone approaching. Find the workman's hammer at the shipping company and drop it in the alleyway by the bakery. Optional. All right, everyone, here we go. Wish us luck. We'll leave him under the tarp here. Sorry about this, Norman. My true hammer. I had a bit of a falling out with my boss at the shipping company. Long story short, I'm now out of a job, and he refuses to let me back into to pick up my favorite hammer. I'm afraid I won't find work until it's back around my belt. I am therefore looking for a man of the right profession to help me liberate it. Needless to say, I won't shed a tear if you rob him blind in the process. I'll even throw in a helpful tidbit to sweeten the deal. He always keeps the key to his safe on top of his bookshelf in the corner by the window. Once you have my hammer, I would appreciate it if you leave it in the corner by the stairs, next to the bakery. A purse of 50 gold will be put by the gate in the city wall outside the shipping company back entrance. We wish to speak to a local Brooksdale resident named Warren Audley. Unfortunately, he does not feel the need to speak to us and has barricaded his front door from the inside. It may be because he owes us a fair bit of money. We're ready to work out an arrangement with him. No sense in killing someone who owes you money. Warren lives at the bottom end of Periwinkle Street, on the second floor. If you have the particular set of skills necessary to extract him, unconscious but unscathed, and leave him in the hay cart below his house, we will reward you with 200 coin. Place in the fireplace sales stand here on Periwinkle Court. Hatchet Harry and Associates. I don't even know where that is. It must be that there that he's talking about. I didn't check. Yeah, wood supplies underneath this. Bellows on top. Yep, okay. And pokers here? That window's not to be opened. I probably shouldn't be wasting my broadheads like that. So where are we going, Tim? You are currently heading to Periwinkle Street. The Smith residence is this building. Oh, I didn't even see the statue right here. Oh, because there's not a statue right there, Tim. Right, we can't get in. No, we didn't make the attempt to get. We did attempt to get in that window, and we can't get in there either. That looks like we can get in there by going onto the sign. But let's wait until the guard goes away. At least it's...
Drinking good ale, chewing on a nice leg of mutton.
Oh, okay. This is the guy's house who lets thieves go through it, or at least he doesn't report them. I can tell because the painting's missing, and we're supposed to go and get the paintings to place them in his building. I think let's go get those paintings if we can before we begin investigating this. Actually, we can read this from safety. No, we can't. Okay. So they were by his balcony, which is not here. Reward of 1,500 gold for information that leads to the capture or death of one Orville Church, wanted for grand larceny, impersonating an officer.
All the stuff to 'em out. Full of your
Okay. So if I want to read that, we have to do it. Where did he even come from? Oh, I see him over there. So he saw us just reading that. If I want to read that, I will have to put out the light. Or watch the guard for a little bit and see if he moves. Okay, he does. For information that leads to the capture or death of one Orville Church, wanted for grand larceny, impersonating an officer of the law, and appropriation of government property. Overall, is an associate of the street gang known as the Bloody Bulldogs here in Brookdale. He's purposely a 5'5" or 10-foot medium build and fair to malt skin, only ever seen in black clothing with a hood. Report information citing the local constable, reward upon rest. Okay, we might be able to get into that window. But I'm not... I think we'll just go around the building instead.
The wind never blew like this at Wayside. Here it just gets everywhere. Even indoors. Gets right down my neck.
We need to stay low, or he'll notice us as we walk through the alley. Oh, there's another posting for him over here too. Okay, I did not realize that was the case. This must be the girl. The girl who indicated she's open. Night shift. This back entrance door is to remain locked at all times between dusk and dawn. Only staff should be allowed entry during daylight hours, and only the captain of the guard is allowed to have the key to this door. This is due to the recent rise of filth flowing from South Brooksdale at night the last few months. If you need to enter the house after sunset, go to South Market Street to the front entrance. That looks like we should be able to get up there somehow. We're not going to get... We can't get up there. We might need a box to get to that window. Oh, speaking of one. Oh, we can't take that one. A bookseller. His place, that is. Oh, can we make it up there somehow? It may be possible to do this jump. from here, we can probably do that jump. Not too much trouble. Oop, or I can't. Let's reload. I think that looks doable. That looks like we can do that. How about this, everyone? I'll be back. Okay, made it, everyone. Now from here, that looks quite jumpable as well. Okay, there could be a guard on patrol somewhere. I need to put that light out if I want to cross this.
Hey, I'm winning.
Can move up, run across the carpet. Also put out that.
It went out. Yep, it went out.
Alright, everyone. I think we'll stop here. I'm playing. Oh, actually. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Holy crap, that was close. Take care, everyone. Thanks again.